in the Orion systems, fighting against the suppression, fighting against the oppression, fighting against the negativity. However, one of the very great lessons they learned in that time was the idea that if you fight fire with fire, you just get more fire. And in learning that there must be another way, they began to approach the idea of the negativity with positive energy, positive vibrations, and over time, slowly transform the Orion systems from darkness into light, from negative into positive. But the idea is that many of the ancient Orions also made a connection to the idea of wanting to work this out on many different levels interdimensionally, and so created for themselves incarnational connections to other star systems that had the vibrational energy that would allow them to go through a process of transmuting this negative energy into positive energy. One of those systems was your solar system. Now, this again was millions of years ago. Then the incarnation shifted about 6,000 of your years ago to the Earth plane. Now, this does not mean that the destruction that took place on Mars happened 6,000 years ago. There was a lot of interim time in which, in other dimensions, the Orion energy was playing itself out and going through different processes until it was ready to come into the Earth vibration. The idea of the introduction of the ancient Orion energies and that process of going from the negative to the positive began to play itself out upon its arrival in the area on your planet you call the Middle East. And in this way, it introduced a lot of that ancient negative energy that has still to play itself out on your planet, although it is transforming in this day and age. So you will recognize that this ancient negative Orion energy is playing itself out in a variety of ways through many of the things that are going on now on your planet with respect to terrorism, with respect to warfare, with respect to all these kinds of energies that are now getting themselves out on the table, out in front of all your faces, so you can finally decide if you are truly done with this process and transmute all this negativity in a positive way into light, without the idea of having to go through the suffering, the strife, the struggle, and the pain, and the shedding of the blood.